Alexis Bebo. Do you need me to respell it? Okay.
No, I heard her.
Is the state just watching?
If the court asks for my opinion, I think that's why I'm here.
Okay. We will go on the record in the matter 21 CF 245, State of Wisconsin versus Kelly Nelson. Appearances are we do have the state appearing through District Attorney Kevin Schmidt in person. We have Kelly Nelson appearing by video conferencing in custody in Burnett County Jail. We have Alexis Bebo, Department of Corrections agent. We're set here today in this matter due to a request and a petition to amend the judgment of conviction and add some conditional jail time due to some violations that are alleged to have occurred by Ms. Nelson. This is a very serious case. The court recalls the facts very clearly as it relates to this matter. And Ms. Nelson was given a very sweet plea deal with the state to plead to possession with intent methamphetamine, over 3 grams, but less than 10, a class E felony. And she did receive probation instead of a prison sentence at that time. So Ms. Bebo, we're here due to the department's request for conditional jail and Ms. Nelson's, I think, objection to that.
Yes, she is objecting to the conditional jail time.
All right. So Ms. Bebo, can you please provide the information and recommendation to me, please, to the court?
Yes. So I did not write down this date, but conditional jail time was ordered months prior to her being placed into custody, July 2nd of this year. Due to some methamphetamine use, possession, she refused to provide UAs while in custody during that time and refused to go to court. Then she was released from custody, Then she turned herself in to the Barron County Jail to go to court, essentially. She was then released. She did not have an active phone number when I attempted to contact her mother, who was the person that she was intended to live with, who she's reported that she lives with, to us. I contacted her mother. She said, I don't know, she's probably at her apartment. At that time, I was under the understanding that she was no longer living in Cumberland, Wisconsin, and that she was back in Turtle Lake. So I issued a warrant for her arrest, and she was pulled over by Cumberland Police Department.
Yep.
Okay. She was pulled over by Cumberland Police Department. They did give me a call. She had her children in the vehicle with her and requested how they should move forward. I did let them know that she should be taken into custody so we can deal with these violations. Her vehicle was searched, nothing was found. She was placed into custody. I got a statement the same day, or possibly it was the same day. I got a statement from her in regards to the violations of encouraging another client to violate probation. She was very well aware that Joseph Carter was on probation and had a no contact with her. And this had occurred months prior. And
that was a no contact provided by DOC?
Yes, yes.
So she hasn't violated the no contact with Mr. Nelson or Ryan Wren?
No. Okay. And then I had just asked her questions about where she was, what her plan was, why she's not in Polk County. Her response has been that she does not want to transfer offices. So this is her reasoning for reporting an incorrect address and giving us her mother's address. And while I empathize with that, it is a requirement that you are supervised in the county, that you do reside.
I don't empathize. I have not been able to speak today with that. I
Me
do not,
either.
because that's the law
Exactly.
and
Yep.
that's the rules. And if she likes you as her agent, that's great.
Mhm.
Maybe a wonderful agent that's able to move with or hold them accountable and be nice and work well, but that's the rules. The rules are the rules.
Yes.
Okay, so continue. Or is that all?
And then as far as not contacting me, she stated that she does not have funds for a cell phone or for gas, food, etc. So basic needs, and that is why she did not report to my office. And she did state that she didn't have reporting instructions, which, as far as I am aware, a Burnett County siren agent out of the siren office did give her a report date of when she should be seeing me, and she did not show up. Following her being placed into custody, I sent a request to obtain a UA. It appears that on July 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, she failed to provide a UA to jail staff. And then I followed up after the holiday weekend, and they had stated that after multiple attempts, she still did not provide a UA. And after the 4th, it was not requested again. So at this time, I do not know if she was under the influence of any illegal or illicit substance since being released from the Barron County Jail until up to the time that she was placed into custody.
All right, thank you. Ms. Nelson, I'm now going to ask if there's anything that you would like to say to me or you would like to let me know as it relates to this matter. I believe, are you still just asking for, I believe it's 51 days?
Yes, ma'am.
51 days of conditional jail is being requested. You requested to have a hearing so I just need to make you aware that, and I'm sure Ms. Bebo made you aware that on a probation review hearing such as this, in which conditional jail is being requested and the court is being asked to modify the judgment of conviction, the court has no obligation or duty to follow the recommendation of the Department of Corrections, meaning that I do not have to order 51 days conditional jail. I could order 0 if I find that it's appropriate. I could order up to a year if I find that that's more appropriate. You have the ability and right to say what you wish to tell me. This is not like any other criminal court hearing you've had, because I can use your silence against you. So please let me know what you would like me to consider and what you are asking of the court.
Regarding the contact with Joseph, I was informed by his PO that we are able to have contact as long as we're both doing what we're supposed to be doing. And she was fine with us writing for having contact while he was in jail. Along with the Turtle Lake address, I went to my Cumberland apartment to pack it up so I could move out of it. And when I got out of jail, I didn't have the funds and things didn't go as planned, but I did not receive an appointment from Burnett County, the guards here the agent. She did not tell me a report date when I got out, so I didn't miss appointment on purpose. And when I got pulled over, I was gonna drop my kids off and come to probation, actually. That was my plan. But I got pulled over first. Yeah.
All right, so anything else?
No, I don't believe so.
So go ahead.
The rest of all of the stipulations you gave me for completing paper, I've got through all of them and I'm in the process and will have my GED or HSCD within the next 3 weeks here at the jail. They have a program. So I'll have that complete as well. And Yeah, I've done all the parenting classes and everything else. I just have to finish my HSAD and pay my $500 and some, I think it is. And
So you had gainful employment?
I did in March. Or before I went to jail then.
All right, let's talk about that. The hearing in State of Wisconsin versus Thurston. Kelly Nelson was what you might call a textbook example of conditional jail proceedings under probation, but with some very real and personal moments that gave it a unique weight. Judge Mogen presided, and the tone was serious from the start. This was no routine check-in. Kelly Nelson was appearing via video from jail after her supervising agent, Alexis Bebo from the Department of Corrections, requested 51 days of conditional jail for what amounted to repeated violations of her supervision terms, including unauthorized contact, address misreporting, failure to report, and suspected meth use. Judge Mogen didn't mince words. She reminded everyone that the underlying conviction, possession with intent to deliver methamphetamine, was a serious offense, and that Nelson had received what the court considered a very sweet plea deal in exchange for probation instead of prison. So when this many violations start to stack up, the court takes it seriously. Agent Bebo outlined several violations, including Nelson's refusal to provide urine analysis tests over multiple days in July, an attempt to avoid supervision by failing to update her address, and contact with someone she was explicitly prohibited from seeing. Bebo also noted that Nelson refused to go to court while in custody, and that at one point she simply could not be located. That led to a warrant, and eventually her arrest with her kids in the car. But here's where it got more layered. Nelson spoke directly to the court and explained her side. She said she had been told by her partner's probation officer that they could have contact under certain conditions. She also said her failure to report was not intentional, she hadn't been given a date to report upon release, and claimed she lacked basic resources like a phone and gas money. She was, she said, on her way to report to probation when she got pulled over. On top of that, she highlighted the steps she had taken toward rehabilitation, completing parenting classes, checking off her required paperwork, and being just 3 weeks away from completing her GED while in jail. She even noted she'd had employment prior to her arrest. Judge Mogen, as always, gave space for both accountability and context. She made it clear to Nelson and to the record that in a probation review hearing like this, she has full discretion. She could order no jail time or up to a full year. There's no burden of proof required like in a new criminal charge. That flexibility allows the judge to tailor consequences based on both violation history and demonstrated progress. So what are we left with? A defendant who made serious missteps? Yes, but also a defendant who's actively trying to do better. It's a case that walks that fine line between consequences and support, and we'll have to wait for the court's final ruling on whether 51 days or something more or less is the appropriate response. One thing's for sure, Judge Mogen's approach ensured that whatever the outcome, it will be informed, considered, and grounded in both law and life. If you found this hearing insightful, consider subscribing, hitting the bell, and letting me know your thoughts in the comments below. I read everyone.